crossed my mind that when he drops them off, that'll fill our day looking at all the videos.
Well, this is, we've just been, it's early morning, well, early morning by our standards, 9:20, and we've just been to our Tesco, well, not our Tesco, it's a Tesco in, what's this place? Ingleby
Barwick.
Ingleby Barwick, which is how many miles away from us?
About 6.
6 miles away. We've never been here before.
I have.
Have you?
Newton used to live here.
No, I'm talking about Tesco's.
Oh, I've not been to the Tesco.
So
no, I've been past it.
We've picked up our click and collect, which is quite good, so that we haven't had to have human communication with anybody to pick it up. We've tried to book another one, but the next one we can only get is 2 weeks' time, so it's going to be fun trying to spread it out till then. Although our little corner shop does have food, so we can get stuff.
We also got the cheapest petrol I've bought for about 10 years.
As we drove around the corner, he's going, "What? The petrol? What? The petrol's that price? Whoa! I've got to get some petrol from here."
£1 and 2pence a litre.
£1 and 2pence a litre. I don't pay any attention to the price of the petrol.
It was only a month ago. It was like 1.20.
All right. Anyway, we're sat in the car park outside a veterinary surgeons because we have a gentleman who converts cine films into well, what does he do?
Digital.
Into digital. And so he lives locally, and he's going to hand over the finished goods, and we're going to probably spend quite a bit of today. Well, not during the day because it's lovely weather. We ought to be doing something outside.
Clean the windows.
Oh yes, we're cleaning windows first.
You might even video that. That'll be funny.
But we've got these cine films that we can spend some time looking at and laughing at because they're quite old ones, aren't they?
There's some of me and my brother.
Yeah, when he was a kid, so...
When we were about 10, so 60 years.
Yeah, 60 years. And there's one, I know there was one you took of, there's not, of me when I went with the school, but took some 4th and 5th year students who are 15, 16, but I'm not on very much. It's nearly all the kids that are on.
We'll see.
And my daughter doing a parachute jump. Did we take that one as well?
I can't remember.
She'll be thrilled to bits if she can see that on video because she hasn't seen it for a long time. When she landed, she looked a bit sick. Anyway, we'll catch you later on in the day. See you. Bye. We've been shopping, and Brian's a bit concerned.
I daren't open it. I dare not open it. I thought I'd get some lager, right? And so I've got a box of lager, and when the box of lager has come, I daren't open it.
Why is that?
Well, look at it. I just think that says it all, don't you? I cannot possibly drink that lager.
You, yeah. Right, well, I can't remember who it was, but somebody made mention that they liked the glasses that I had on when I was in the car one day. I currently have 4 new pairs that are going around. One of them I can't find. I don't know where it is. Well, I've got 5 new pairs, to be honest. One of them I can't find. I've put it down somewhere and I can't find them. It'll be somewhere, but I can't find where they are. I've kind of gone off the frameless ones for the time being, and I'm into the ones with frames. And I think I've told you before, I get my glasses from a company called Zenni, which is in China. But I know you all say, oh God, you know, but I've always loved, I've tried lots of online spectacle companies, and most of them come from China anyway, but this Zenni one I do like. So it was just before the coronavirus happened in China that I sent away for some new glasses, and the ones that I sent away for were these ones. I got two pairs. One was they were both the same style. You may have seen me wearing one. This is the darker one, and I've also bought like a see-through one with some flowers, tiny flowers into the plastic. And this is the darker one that I have. But because the coronavirus took hold in China, when I sent the order through, about a day later we were told about coronavirus. And so when it happened, not knowing how dangerous it was or what was happening, I just basically thought, oh, China's got to get itself sorted, or not really knowing that it was going to spread to other countries. I just thought, well, China's got to get it sorted, so I won't push them, because they're probably, from what I've read on the news, they're locked down for the whole of the country, so on, so on, so on. So I just didn't push it. So then I got an email from them towards the end of their lockdown, saying, we're so sorry about what's happened. They didn't mention coronavirus. I think we've got to watch what they say, but they said, we're sorry about what's happened. We are being delayed. We, you know, as compensation, because you will get your glasses, they're on their way now, but as a compensation, if you want to choose another pair, we'll give you a second pair free. So I thought, whoa! Coronavirus or no coronavirus. I then went to look to see where they were, where this company was situated, and they were nowhere near Wuhan. So I figured, right, well, I'll be all right. I'll get them from there. So as I say, this was this pair arrived just after they had. I think towards the end of lockdown, this pair arrived, and to be honest, I did clean them very well before I opened them out the packet or anything, but I made certain they were well cleaned before they went on my face. And so there was this pair, and there was the see-through pair. Where that has gone, I do not know, but I will come across it, and you'll probably see me wearing them. So then I went for another two. I thought, well, that's the shape that I like there. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of see-through, but it's got like a rainbow pattern on it. The bottom part here is black and the top's coloured. So then I thought, oh, and in the meantime I also bought these when I went to TK Maxx, which those of you in England will know, it's designer type things. And I thought, oh, I'll see whether I can see with close-up glasses like this. These are just magnifying glasses. These are +1 magnifying. Well, I can, but the best way I can see with them is like this, with that pair on top of that pair, and now I can see really well. I can see the camera, and I can see my hands, and I can see everything, but I can't go around with two pairs of glasses on, can I? So anyway, so those are rarely worn. I take those to work, and when I'm working, wanting to see something close up, I put those on. So then I immediately took advantage of their kind offer, and I ordered 2 more pairs of glasses. And my husband says, oh, he says, I'm frightened of you when you wear these. The one thing Brian says is, he says, you can tell you used to be a teacher, because when I get annoyed with him, I go, Brian, come here. And he says, it's like a teacher would go, come here. You've done something wrong. So anyway, I got 2 pairs. One pair is bluish, but on the other side it's like a pinky colour. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the pinky colour? And the inside of the legs are pink, and it's blue on the outside. And these are this pair. So this is this pair here, and these ones, this pair, that pair, and my clear pair are all oh, what do you call it? They are all varifocals, and they're also photo. I've forgot what you call it now, where you go outside into the sun and they go dark. Photo something, can't remember what it is now. But they're all photo, whatever you call it. Now, the reason why I buy from Zenny is if I bought those varifocals that go dark in the sunshine, if I bought those from my opticians, it would cost me about £300. Maybe even more. But because I get these from Zenny, they use my prescription. I send them my prescription. They do basically I give them my measurements. I choose the glasses to my measurements, and this pair here cost me £75. Now, to me, I'm not going to pay £300 for something I can get for £75. And the same with those. I think for the two pairs there, I paid about £75–80. So really, you know, good bargain. So this is the blue pair that I got, and then to go with it, I got these. Now these are they've got lenses that are especially for when you work at your computer, but these are like, I'll take these off because I can't really see very well. These have got a clear bit at the bottom, and they're coloured at the top. There, and that's the side. Come on. And so these ones, I tend to look very, very teacherish in these. I once showed you a pair of glasses that I got that were a bit like this, but they're a bit bigger. Didn't last very long. Didn't like wearing them. So they kind of go in the drawer for when you want to, you know, bring them out now and again. I think I like glasses. I treat glasses a bit like clothes. If I'm going to have to wear glasses, I might as well get different styles because I like different styles. So you may see me in those ones. You may see me in these ones. You may see me in my see-through ones. Or you may see me in these ones at the moment. So these are all my Zenny glasses. I'll put the link down below to let you know where Zenny is. I might actually do you a little video sometime to show you how you order from these online places. This is my current one I like wearing the most, or the see-through one. As I say, lots of glasses. I'll put them up there because I still can't see very well. Anyway, but I think I must have. I don't throw my glasses away unless they break. And I must have about 20 pairs. Some of them I bring them out and I think, I've got one pair that I've had since they're over 30 years old. But I still like them. And I know they really could do with strong lenses. I never wear them, but I keep thinking I should maybe see if I can get a lens put in there. But I haven't bothered. Anyway. I have got a pair of glasses. When we were clearing out my mum's house, my mum and dad's house, I came across these. Now these are not they're not prescription, they're not mine, but they are vintage glasses, and I think they're a bit big for me because they're kind of slipping off my face there, but they were vintage glasses that I think belonged to my auntie, and just probably cheap ones, to be honest. The glasses case doesn't have a name on it, but I think they're real glass in there, and very vintagey type of glass. And I think those ones must be, they'll almost be as old as I am. They must be from about the 1930s. Well, no, I'm not that old. They must belong to my auntie, and I think she must have been wearing them in the 30s or 40s. I'm born in 1950, so no, they are older than I am, let's say. They must be older than I am, because I've seen pictures of my auntie wearing them when she was in her 20s and 30s. So, although they don't fit me, I'm kind of loath to throw them away. And I know that eventually, if and when me and Brian leave this world, we know that the kids are going to go, do you want that? Nah, chuck it away. Do you want that? Nah, chuck it away. It's funny because the girl who works for us, Debbie, made a comment a few weeks back. She said her daughter had said to her, Mum, what's all those pots in that cupboard there? And her mother said, Pots? Pots? What pots? What pots have I got there? And she says, them pots over there, Mum, in that cupboard behind that glass display, in that display cabinet. And her mother said, they're not pots. They're ornaments. They're special ornaments that your grandma gave me and that I got off your great grandma. And her daughter said, I hope you don't expect me to keep them because they're horrible. And she says, oh, my eyes just jumped out on stalk. She says, what do you mean they're horrible? And she says, Mum, she says, I don't want any of them in my house. So just bear that in mind, because whenever we watch the antique, on a Sunday night, you in America probably don't know this, but on Sunday night there's an Antiques Roadshow. And the Antiques Roadshow, there's always somebody, and there's also a couple of other ones called Flog It and something else, where people bring in the antiques, and it's usually something that belonged to their great grandmother or their grandmother or their mother or whatever, and they want to know the value of it. And if it's a show called Flog It, they then sell that item. If the person who's values it at a fairly decent price, they'll then sell the item. And every time the values, when they go to selling it, and it's they're kind of, there's the bid going on, they'll go 30, 40, 60, 90, and it's going up like that. And you can see the woman or the man's face glowing, you know. And I keep saying, that's money for another cruise. We're going on a cruise. When we get the money, they'll be wanting to go on a cruise. And then if they don't get much for the whatever it is they're selling, I go, oh, they'll not be able to go on a cruise now. They'll just be able to go on a bus trip to Butlins. So, oh God, I'm awful, aren't I? So anyway, I don't know how many of you others do that, but yeah, they're always selling their family heirlooms. And they'll say to them, why are you selling it? And they'll say, well, I don't like it. It's horrible. It stays in the cupboard. I don't want it. But then they get money, and they might make enough money to go on a cruise with their husband or with their wife or their friend or whatever, you know. So just bear that in mind, that a lot of these things that you're thinking your children might want, they'll probably go, oh no. And this is another thing I keep saying to Brian. I have memories of things that I've got that were my grandmother's, but my children don't know who my grandmother is. Now, fortunately, my son is very, very sentimental. My daughter is less so. She tends to throw things away very easily. And, you know, you have to bear in mind that children might not want your heirlooms. Anyway, I think I've got on too long, because that is now 13 minutes. I'm going to read out, answer some questions for you. What I've done is, I was going to answer these by writing them, and then I thought, oh, I really haven't got the time, because I'm getting an awful lot of people who are writing them. Muriel Bailiwick, do you remember that lady? She was telling us that she chose the name Bailiwick because her husband chose the name, and she would only marry him if he changed his name. Anyway, she mentioned that the Zoe top would look nice in double gauze, and I said, oh, that's a good idea. The only thing is, you see, double gauze in my teenage years, when we used to sew, wasn't double gauze. It was called cheesecloth, and you could get it really, really cheap. I think it used to be something equivalent now to £1 a metre, or £1, we didn't do metres then, £1 a yard. So to me, to pay £10 a yard for a piece of double gauze that used to be £1 a yard, I find it very tough. We used to buy, in my day, you'd buy it, it was always cream or white. In fact, it was a bit like this, and I'll show you here. It was a bit like that kind of colour, which is a creamy colour. And if you were good at whatever you did, or if you wanted to change the colour, we used to dye them, but you had to dye them in a pan. So yes, double gauze is nice, but I do get put off by the price. Then the next one was Linda Mendoza. She was mentioning the new look pattern N6435. It looks like you could buy a t-shirt, then cut it at the waist, a little below the waist, attach a piece of fabric of your liking. see if you'd like it or not. Now that is the one that I think I showed you that apparently Viv Mum had made, and I liked it. It was like a t-shirt and it went to the waist and then it flared out. And I thought, she's right, you know, and I did say to her, when lockdown is over, I might go to the charity shops and pick myself a couple of men's t-shirts, which might be quite nice colour. And I might do that, make one part the top part and the other the bottom part, you know, get some coordinate and make the bottom part for the skirt. So that's a good idea. Then one was Leslie Gilbert. She says, now I'm wondering if he started painting the walls. Please tell us in the next daily dose. The tin of paint has come out. It stood on the kitchen bench for overnight. And the next day, in the end, I said, what we're going to do with this, because he didn't just bring one tin of paint, he brought about 3 or 4 tins of paint, and those were going to stand there all day if I didn't move them. And so they've been moved to another place, but I've had to keep them in view of us, because if they're hidden, he'll forget about it. So hopefully we will be painting, but I don't know when it's going to happen. We keep having these moments where we think, we should be doing something other than just sewing, and you know, I shouldn't be spending all my time in my sewing room. I should be organising and doing things. And plus, on top of that, we are still running the business, albeit on a tiny, tiny scale. Then, who's the next one? Lana Ashley said, hi Miss Yu, I love your glasses you wore at the beginning of the video in the car. Did you get them online? That was especially for you, Lana. I wasn't sure who it was had asked me that question. I got them online, yes, and I got them from Zenny, and I should probably do a little video to show you how to do it. Then XGLSC said, do you do a full bust adjustment to your patterns? That would help get the gathers under your bust instead of hanging from your apex. Something all full bosom sewists eventually discover. I do full bosom adjustments, but not all the time. I sometimes assume that with it being a knitted pattern or whatever, if I make a knitted one, that it's going to work, and sometimes it doesn't. I think she was referring mainly to that one that made me look pregnant, where it was meant to stop there and then go into gathers. Didn't look very nice. So I have and I haven't. I can't say I do it all the time. I can't say I don't do it. However, someone, I've just mentioned it, that Blueprint up until April the 12th or something are offering free membership. It's for 7 days, and you can stop that straight away. You just got to make sure you stop it before 7 days, otherwise it's $32 or something like that. And on there, the lady from Cashmerette is doing a full bust adjustment. It's an hour and a half, I think, the video. I've downloaded it. I'm all set to watch it. I've just got to find some time to be able to sit down and watch it. So I'll try and do that as ASAP. But a couple of people have said it's really, really good. So I'm going to have a look at that and see what she says. Then we have, I've done that one. Then Barbara Cartwright, I recently lost my cat. She was 20. That's a really old age. And I must tell you, I'm going a bit 22 minutes plus some more. I think I'll stop after this one. She used to sit at the side of my sewing machine and talk to me. She drove me dippy with her wowing. But do I miss her? Yes, I would imagine you do. When I first met Brian, he took me to meet his old school best friend. And his old school best friend had a partner. And he took us both to meet her, to see her. We went to her house. And this skinny cat was, when I first saw this cat, I thought, oh, golly, that I should report her to this lady to the RSPCA, because this cat was just bone, absolute bone. There was nothing there on her, and I kept looking at it, and they kept wandering around the house, and I kept thinking, that cat looks pitiful the way it is, but it was toing and froing, it wasn't lying there kind of as if it was dying. And then in the end, this lady said, please excuse my cat. I know you think she looks emaciated and she looks ill, but she is 24 years old. And I thought, Flipping heck, 24 years old for a cat. So anyway, adding to that, every now and again Brian will say, I wouldn't mind a dog, but I don't really want to get a dog while we've got the cats. How long do cats live? And I said, well, Diana's lasted till she was 24. And he went, oh, how old are these? And I said, well, I think they're about 8 or 9. He went, blooming heck, have we got to wait that long? And I said, oh, but I'm getting to like them, even though they do stab me with their claws. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you because I've gone on too long and you'll be getting fed up. Better to leave you wanting more than to leave you thinking, oh God, she never stopped talking. Catch you next time. Bye.